Released photos of a person of interest in the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. They have also recovered a weapon in that shooting. Now they're hoping the public will provide some tips that will lead them to an arrest. Fox 4's Sean Rabb is here with the very latest developments, including the biggest development thus far in this case.
Yeah, a lot of developments, and let's start today with that just released photo by FBI in Salt Lake City. The images aren't crystal clear, but if someone knows him, they'll know him. Authorities in Utah say the shooter appeared to be college age and blended in well on campus. They've also collected foot impressions, a palm print, and forearm impressions. Now, while they have video of the person they believe to be the killer, right now he is unidentified, and they don't know how far he's traveled. The 31-year-old Kirk was shot as he was engaging with students at Utah Valley University. At the event, there were about 3,000 students when that shot rang out from the roof of a building across campus. Police recovered the weapon, a high-powered bolt-action rifle, in a brushy area near the campus, and they've tracked the shooter through cameras throughout the university grounds and into neighborhoods, getting video from area residents. They can see who he is, but not yet say who he is, and for now, still not releasing the video, only this image of yet another person of interest.
We were able to track the movements of the shooter. Starting at 11:52 a.m., this subject arrived on campus, shortly away from campus. We have tracked his movements onto the campus, through the stairwells, up to the roof, across the roof to a shooting location. After the shooting, we were able to track his movements as he moved to the other side of the building, jumped off of the building, and fled off of the campus and into a neighborhood.
Again, right now, FBI only calling this man a person of interest. He is now the third person of interest in this investigation. Two people Wednesday were questioned and cleared of any involvement, but faced scrutiny and threats after being released. So again, big developments today, a lot that will help with this investigation as it goes forward.
Yeah, and I want to talk about something you mentioned associated with this case. The FBI has investigators say that they do have prints of the suspect, but they pointed out they didn't get fingerprints. They have instead something that still might be just as good.
Well, yes, first they have a palm print. Okay, and palm prints are just as good as fingerprints. They also have foot impressions, and as we learned now, they also have forearm impressions. This is fascinating and interesting because the ridges in the forearm and the print of the forearm can be used to match or coordinate with other prints to help identify. A foot impression helps build a profile of the suspect. Not only that, but FBI has new technology. It is called next generation identification software. It's using AI and machine learning to take small bits and pieces and match that against any various number of identifying sources. So if this person's face is anywhere, maybe a driver's license, maybe a work ID, if this person has ever been fingerprinted anywhere, not criminally, but just anywhere, they'll be able perhaps to find it.
It would be out there. And so we just showed video as well, you pointed out, from that news conference with authorities earlier this morning. And they did say they would eventually release photos of the person of interest, which we eventually found out they ended up doing it just about immediately after that news conference. What do we make of this quick release here?
So about an hour after the news conference, those photos were out. It seems like maybe they were thinking they had an ID on this person. They were waiting to see if what they were doing was going to show good for them, and apparently it did not, because then they posted these photos of this young man. And as you see, he does appear to be college age. He could blend in on a college campus, and if somebody knows him, they'll certainly know him. The question is, where is he from? Is he from that area or someplace else?
This release most certainly to expedite that process as well. All right, Sean Rabb, thank you so much. Well, the president announced that a special honor is going to be taking place for the conservative activist and his family during his remarks at the 9/11 ceremonies at the Pentagon.
I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom. We miss him greatly, yet I have no doubt that Charlie's voice and the courage he put into the hearts of countless people, especially young people, will live on.
No date has been set for when that would take place. The president called Kirk a martyr in a social media post yesterday, blaming what he called the radical left for that murder, calling it violent rhetoric. We should note, with no suspect in custody, investigators at this point still do not yet know the motive, nor have they released any suspicion as to what it might be. Kirk drew criticism for his hard-right views on guns, gay rights, and immigrants. Kirk was a Trump ally, and the president says that Kirk helped him win the 2024 election. Meantime, former President Joe Biden released a statement saying there is no place in this country for this kind of violence. The other former living presidents, Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton, also released similar statements.
Police say a 37-year-old is facing a capital murder charge for allegedly beheading a man at a Dallas motel.
Happened at a motel on Samuel Boulevard near I-30 and Dolphin Road shortly after 9 this morning. Video captured police arresting a man covered in blood just down the road. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager has the very latest tonight. Peyton.
Steve, and we're still waiting at this hour at 9 p.m. for that suspect to be booked into the Dallas County Jail. Meanwhile, witnesses who saw this graphic attack tell me there was some type of argument, some type of altercation before the suspect pulled out a knife, and that's when people at this motel began calling 911. Newly obtained cell phone video shows Dallas police officers handcuffing a man on the ground. He's wearing a white T-shirt with blood on it. Wednesday evening, Dallas police announced 37-year-old Yordanis Cobos Martinez was charged with murder. Dallas police making the arrest half a block away from the downtown suites south of I-30 near Fair Park. Officers rushed to the motel around 9:30 Wednesday morning. The victim, now identified as 50-year-old Chandra Nagamalaya, was beheaded near the front office.
Terrible.
Brianna Irwin was next door getting gas when police swarmed the area.
Just praying for the family. Just praying for the family.
Our officers were proactively patrolling the area and responded quickly to take the violent criminal into custody. Even though he was armed with a bladed weapon, the officers showed tremendous restraint and used minimal force to apprehend him.
Surveillance video from a nearby business captured police making the arrest outside a nearby beer mart. More police come and assist. Another cell phone video shows a man lying on his back before being hauled off in custody.
I hope the criminal justice will come swiftly to this man.
Now, the relation between the suspect and the victim, that is still unknown at this time. It's still under investigation. Also unknown, a motive. We're waiting for police to release that information, but we do know the suspect was interviewed here at DPD, and he is being transferred to the Dallas County Jail. Stephen, Heather?
All right, Peyton Yeager, thank you.
The city of Grapevine will continue their yearly tradition today, honoring the victims of the 9/11 terrorist attack.
Fox 4's Shannon Murray live at the city's 9/11 memorial, where tributes will begin soon. Shannon?
Lauren and Brandon, they do host this event every single year. They say it is critical that they never forget that tragic day 24 years ago. You can see everyone getting set up here right now in front of the 9/11 memorial here in Grapevine. The city is hosting this event to commemorate the 24th anniversary. The fire chief will give opening remarks here this morning. Then flight attendants and pilots will also speak here today. At 7:46, the flag will be lowered to half staff, and there will be a moment of silence and remembrance of the first plane hitting the North Tower. They'll also have a bell ceremony and a wreath laying. Then at 8:03, another moment of silence in remembrance of the second plane hitting the South Tower. And this morning, we talked to the fire chief, who said he can recall that morning very well 24 years ago. And while we are far from New York City, he says Grapevine will continue to remember the victims and their families.
We're going to never forget, just like we always said. We've got many people in our jobs today that weren't even born on September 11, 2001. So it's important for us to continue to remember and never forget those brave individuals, the police officers, the Port Authority, the firefighters who ran towards danger that day to rescue those Americans that were in those towers.
And again, this is an annual tradition here in Grapevine. If you're not able to make it here today, you will be able to watch a live stream of this memorial remembrance ceremony on the City of Grapevine Facebook page. We can also share a link on our website, fox4news.com. And we'll check in with you guys here in the next hour of Good Day with another look at this event once it gets started any minute now here in Grapevine.
For the first time, we are seeing the bicycle that 8-year-old Liam Park was riding when he was hit by a hit-and-run driver in a Fort Worth apartment complex.
And police are now asking for your help to find the person behind the wheel last Friday evening. Fox 4's Sean Rabb has this week's track down.
So we've already brought you the story of 8-year-old Liam Park here in North Fort Worth, the Mercantile apartment complex where he was hit by a car last Friday. Officer Buddy Calzada, here's what. We don't know what type of vehicle for sure and who was driving it.
That's right. We're looking for a dark colored either SUV or pickup truck, or most importantly, someone to come forward and say, I did strike this child.
I turned my head and I had 3 seconds and then it just smacked into my tire.
Tell us about what you could learn from the bicycle.
You know, looking at the bicycle, it's obviously got damage. The child has some injuries, so we know this did occur. We're still gathering evidence to see what that vehicle may be, maybe give the media a license plate. What we're trying to do right now is just see if that driver will come forward, or anybody that heard about what's going on will share with us.
Somebody knows who that person is.
Exactly right.
Either somebody who lives here, somebody who was a passenger, somebody who's been told.
Absolutely.
Or the driver themselves.
That's exactly right.
What do you need?
You know, it's real simple. All we're asking is for the public that has any knowledge or any evidence they can share with us, reach out to Detective Mask. His number's on the screen here at 817-392-4662. Just tell him what you have.
Come forward. Somebody knows who did it. Even the driver. Come forward, come clean, and help solve this case of the hit and run.
That's really mean of them to just drive away and not check on me. And now I have skin injuries and I'm hurt, and they deserve to get arrested.
8-year-old little Liam Park. Look, he lived, but oh, this was so dangerous. And come forward, do the right thing.